Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now, I know I said I wouldn't be doing any more readings this month, but I have a few spare hours, so hopefully I'll be able to do all 12 for the Lunar Galactic download for this month. The moon will be passing across 16, 17 degrees Sagittarius on the 22nd, which also happens to be the fall equinox. So when I saw that, I thought, oh no, I can't miss that one. Now, the equinox, as you probably know, fall equinox, autumnal equinox, equal hours of light and dark, seeking a point of balance. Interesting, since it is also the point of going into Libra, the scales. Well, that's probably where the symbolism came from in the first place. Now, listening to the various astrologies, Chris Witecki on his Namaste Today, shared on my Facebook page, link down below, of course, talks about the sun ingress into Libra, about coming into a new relationship with ourselves, whereas Astrology with Heather also said seeking to come into balance. Not necessarily finding that balance. I mean, hey, have you seen the world? But seeking to come into that balance, making the effort to move towards it. Now, this is also the Feast of Mabon, which, although people talk about the Wheel of the Year being an old thing, which it is, Mabon's recognition only seems to derive from the 1970s onwards. But anyway, he was a child of the light and son of Mother Earth, I think, if I remember correctly. I did print some notes out, but they're over there. Now, this is a time for reaping, for the second harvest, the fruit harvest, and a time for review for everything that you started putting into action in the spring equinox and in the early side of the year. Well, it's also a good point about the fall equinox is Jupiter has just changed to go direct, so it's signifying a good change in in consciousness and confidence, maybe, but a good change in consciousness. All in all, pretty good omens, pretty good symbols. Now, considering that with the Mars-Saturn square, Mars-Pluto square, Mars-Jupiter square, Mercury, T-square, Mars and Saturn, that doesn't figure, does it? But it's Mercury's coming into T-square of something or other, and I'm sure Mars and Saturn are involved there, but maybe Saturn must be T-squaring. But anyway, moving on. Watch the Astrology with Heather video for more details on that. Again, link down below on my Facebook page, link down below. But I want to look at the symbol for 0 degrees Libra. Now, the Chandra symbol is, and not at all stereotypical, a group of fat Italian ladies preparing bread. Now, it says this is an archetypal, universal and diffuse allegiances, activities and realms of experience, becoming camouflaged perfectly by adopting a persona that is wondrously engaging and easy connected with. So that does indicate an energy to put people at ease and to start rebuilding relationships if they've been destroyed. However, the interpretation goes on, putting it on a bit heavy, thick grease paint. You exult in getting away with seeming to be the world's most anonymous person. The disguise can stick to the face. Overt consciousness awash in mass identification. At times you are able to penetrate through and find open possibilities, but you are primarily engrossed in the outer and alive to the advertised sensations of what it is like to be popular, well received and simply welcome wherever you go as part of the mix, and no problem at all. So, bit double-edged. Well, to me, I think that's a little bit double-edged about that whole subsuming yourself in mass identification. But if you're trying to smooth over any divisions, then that's quite useful. Now, the Omega symbol, which I really like a lot more, is an apothecary shop in which herbal concoctions and other medicines appear as needed. So this is talking about desire and need combined with pure intent, creating their own fulfillment spontaneously. And the oracle of this degree, which explores it more, where is it? So, and I love this little story, an alchemist invented an apothecary shop which mirrored completely the realm of disease. Anyone who entered it immediately reflected their essence onto the mind of the shop, which then generated the herbs and compounds as an echoing of felt needs. The shop held all of the answers and solutions that one could ever desire. Now, what was curious was how few people came to the shop. And of those few who came and took home the medicines, how many of the medicines were placed on a shelf somewhere and forgotten about? So the shop, always desirous of improving the potency and efficacy of its products, began focusing on other medications such as songs, weather and memory clusters, which is harvested out of people and distilled into custom-made homeopathic essences. Illusions, properly selected and harvested, were also found to be highly salutary. Well, salutary I would have thought meant to say hello, but I assume that means some form of healing. That sounds perfect and a little bit double-edged. Hopefully it is reflecting your actual need and not what you think your needs are, because let's face it, we're all on this, if you're on that self-exploratory trip, we're all well aware of the difference between the two. So, to the cards, this is going to be a general reading for your star sign. This is a bulk introduction, as ever. There will be a timestamp down below, so once you've seen the introduction once, you don't have to watch it again. And I advise that you look at your sun, your moon, and your rising signs. Particularly, I would say, on this one, your moon, since we are talking about seeking balance, and the first place to seek balance is within your feelings, because if you don't get the balance there, you're not going to get the balance anywhere else. So as a general reading rules apply. You know the script here, you know, roles can be reversed if someone else appears. It's an oracle card driven reading, so you can ask a question beforehand. I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to give you an answer in any form that can relate to the question, but we're looking at the energies coming in. This is the model, and some astrologer friends of mine have contested this, but basically this is tarot, not astrology. But looking at what energies coming from galactic center are filtered by the moon and how they can affect us this season, especially with it being fall equinox. Especially with Jupiter just going direct. There is quite a challenging month ahead for us astrologically, but it looks like the fall equinox energies can really give us a springboard to hurtle through it and take advantage of the challenges that come to us, rather than just going, no, 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 no more, no more. Although, if you find yourself huddling in a corner rocking and saying, no more 2020 please, I don't blame you. Won't get a lot done, but I don't blame you. But try not to do that, because hey ho, we have got to make it to the end of the year somehow, you know. Even if my favourite election bumper sticker so far is Giant Asteroid 2020. So, yeah, comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Join the Facebook page, because if you're a Facebook person, you know, social dilemma notwithstanding, because I don't just post my videos, I post videos from the astrologers, the various, you know, astrology weather reports, Achita Bava, Astrology with Heather, Ksenia Moore, astrology podcast. Now there's always a good investment. It's normally about 2.5 hours long. Rick Levine, Astrology Hub. Can't think of any more right now, but I know that there's oodles more that I watch, but I want to get on with the cards. So let's bring them up. Okay, Leo, and welcome Leo Rising and Leo Moon straight after the timestamp if you've just joined us. Now, the good news here, we start with The end of a tough cycle approaches and conclusions are within reach. I mean, this is qualified somewhat, but I'm seeing that you're taking a stand for your own self, your own, as it says here, individuality. You are going to be walking your own path now, which is a really interesting thing. You are being asked to let go of the need to be right, which is what the Mother Mary card says. Let go of the need to be right, choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. But at the same time, you are enduring something. So it's almost like, it's almost as if you're walking away from something. It's like, yeah, you think I'm wrong. I think you're wrong. I'm quite happy that you think I'm wrong, but I am not happy in being wrong and giving in to you. Therefore, I am walking away. That's what I'm getting from that. You know, it's... So let's go through that one more time slowly. I think you're wrong. You think I'm wrong. I don't really need to be right, but I am not going to subscribe to what it is that you are saying, even though I don't need to prove my point of view to you. I'm just, I'm not getting involved. Leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. So what a weird, well, not weird when you work it out that way, but that these are not cards that I would have naturally have thought to put together. But it's almost like you are being given the choice that you are being given is either agree with this other person or else, you know, and that's the material 3D choice. But the choice that you are being given is either to give in to this person and give in to what you know is wrong anyway, or fight for what you know to be right, but you're not going to get anywhere by doing that, or just walk away. Whoops, just destroying my entire set here. The angel of the essence of love. Let love be the center of my life and tree of life, true wisdom and making good choices in life. There is a time of walk away. Now, what's interesting, right under this Mother Mary, where you are letting go of the need to be right, or letting go of the need that your point must be understood because they're wrong and you're right. Well, in their head, they're right and you're wrong. And you are not going to subscribe to them, but you don't have to convince them. And underneath that, we've got a Chaia, the angel of patience, or at least in the Shemha astrological degrees, indicate patience. So it's almost like if you walk away, because there's somewhere else that you need to be. And here's where we get to the meat and veg of the reading. Is that the right phrase, or is it just the meat of the reading? I don't know. That there's, but the core, anyway, the core of the reading. We have the card Called from the Starseed Oracle. Soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. So whatever this conflict is. Now, as I recall, Leo, you've had some dramatic times this year. So at least the Leos that I have been reading for have had some dramatic time. Mind you, who hasn't? But have had some dramatic times this year. And it's almost like, well, if you are still in that situation, walk away. Walk away. You know, it's what more could you gain by staying with it? Because when you decide to move, it looks like you will move fast. You already know what you want to move towards, and almost like this ultimatum that you are faced with of agree with them or else is something that, all right, or else. Thank you. I'll take the or else option. Because you might think I'm going to be here to withstand your or else, but I'm sorry, I've got business over there. I'm going over there, and I know that you ain't going to follow me. So, see ya. Which is a bit blunt, I know. But it is something that will take courage for you to go and do. But you can put a previous matter to rest. You have to be acting with love to all the people concerned, including this person that you are. Okay, one more card. There we go. Oh, isn't that nice? So you take this action, it ends well. 10 of Cups right at the end. The Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck indicates to me that this is going to be a confusing time, but I'm not quite sure how confusing. If you think of the Hanged Man comes from the imagery or the story of Odin hanging upside down on the World Tree for 7 or 9 days or nights. That escapes me for the moment. I want to say 7, but we say 7 for everything, so it's probably 9 for the 9 worlds. And but he did that for a deliberate reason. The Hanged Man can indicate confusion. It can indicate a delay. But to me, it's indicating putting yourself in a new position so that you can learn new things that you didn't know before and that you weren't going to get to learn in the old environment. And yeah, you've got to say goodbye to something. And more to the point, you've got to say goodbye to the fight as well. Now, that's going to be a bit of a tough one since it's been going on for so very long. But if you can't see what it is like to be fully you in the new direction that you are called on, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Why would you want to? You know, because, or how could you possibly as well? Because if you could already see the self that you will be once you go down this new path, you would have already gone down this new path and you'd already be that person. So there's going to be mysteries that unfold during all that journey, but you just have to say bye-bye to this old conflict, this old my way or the highway that you were exposed to. And it will come clear. Was really interesting as well, because I'm seeing links between the 2 angel cards, obviously. So it's almost this person who is saying to you, my way or the highway, agree with me or else, they will eventually, because patience, Hanged Man, takes time, they will eventually understand why you walk away. And they will eventually not just understand, but appreciate. Understand in a level that, understand eventually in the level that you want them to understand now. And they're not going to understand now. It's almost like it takes you walking away for them to step on the path to gain that understanding. And it's not that that understanding is going to come like that. Maybe, but I doubt it. I think that, again, delay, patience. It's going to take some time for that to, but have patience with them as well. When that essence of love, let love be the centre of my life. If they have been in a position to give you this sort of ultimatum, you've obviously held them in some form of regard. So don't destroy that on your way out. You know, I'm going over. Oh no, I was pointing that way, wasn't it? I'm going over here now. To do my thing, and I know that you won't follow me, but I'll be there when you're ready to turn up and have a look what I'm up to. I think would be a really nice way of saying it to you, saying it to them. Now, As I say, with this cold card, there is a transformation that you are going to be going through. But again, you have to extricate yourself from whatever this conflict that's implied here is before you can really have that transformation, but have the courage to put an end to a situation. Here, Four of Swords on the Mother Mary, putting that conflict to rest. Ten of Swords with courage, have the will, the courage to make that move. But with the Patience, with Acharya, we have the Queen of Wands. We have that sense of manifestation. It's Pisces to Aries of the chart. It is fire and water, to be honest. Is it water or fire? Or I think it's mutable and cardinal energies. It is not fixed energies. It is starting something new and changing something. But it leads to, with this Tree of Life, again, another reference to this Hangman card, Tree of Life, true wisdom and making good choices in life, which is the clarity of how you can love yourself and others by moving in this direction, leads to happiness. Happy, happy, joy, joy card number 2, the Ten of Cups. Number 1, of course, being the Sun. But the Ten of Cups is even more specific. You know, it's better than wish fulfillment. That's a really, really nice reading for you, Leo, and it brings hopefully quite a combative phase to a close. So brilliant. I'm really pleased for you, Leo. Don't leave yourself mired in whatever this situation is. Walk out the door. Bye bye. So if it means anything to you, Leo, comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, obviously. And your next readings, I suppose, will be your monthlies. So see you then. Cheers.